The update is here. Crow's getting a buff, dynamic maps, you can make your name pink, train in the cave with brawlers you don't even have, and so much more. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today I'm going to be showing you everything that just dropped in this update here in Brawl Stars. Now there is a lot to cover, so buckle your seatbelts because we're going to go through this as quickly as possible to get you in and out of this and onto the game. Now we can't show you Rosa just yet, but have no fear, subscribe to this channel, turn on those notifications, and as soon as we can show you sneak peeks of Rosa, you'll find it right here. Now, in my opinion, one of the coolest new features coming into Brawl Stars is something that I suggested like a year and a half ago. Now, I'm not saying that they derived this from my suggestion, but for the sake of my own ego, we're going to say that they did. Dynamic maps. They're coming into the game, and the first iteration that we have here is Minecart Madness. Now, what happens is minecarts travel along these railroads at different intervals, and they do a couple cool things. One, if you get hit by them, you're going to take a lot of damage. It's like 2,000 per second, so try to avoid the traveling minecarts full of gems. Solid tip. Secondly, they will also block any kind of shots that will travel in between. So if you shoot at an enemy and there's a minecart in the way, your shot's just going to be wasted. So you're going to have to find those opportune moments. It's actually a pretty cool idea, and I'm really excited about not just this iteration of dynamic maps, but the possibilities in the future are quite limitless. So I'm really excited to see what Brawl Stars comes up with from here moving forward. Now that they've introduced these dynamic maps, what's going to be next? I've got some cool ideas, but we'll save those for another day. While we're talking about new maps, let's go over the other new maps that are coming into the game. In Showdown, we've got Flying Fantasies, and yeah, it's got launch pads. And Royal Runaway. Very cool. For Brawl Ball, we have Center Stage. Siege, we have Junk Park, Sparring Match, Straight Shot, and Assembly Attack. And in Boss Fight, we have Danger Zone, although I don't have an image of that. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see that one. Very cool new maps, and actually I think the Mortius and Owen Reds made all of these new maps, so props to you guys, you're awesome. Now the changes specifically to Showdown to help combat teaming is that the meteors now target teamers, and it has a better logic, and the meteor explosion radius is even bigger than it was before, so watch out teamers, the Wrath of God's coming down on you. Healing Mushrooms will now target non-teamers with better logic, as well as energy drinks do the same thing. So if you're up in a team, you're not going to get as much energy drink or Healing Mushroom, and meteors are going to fall on your head. So that just leaves the question, do you really want a team? Is it worth it? I don't know, it still may be. Stop the spin. Next up, we've got Bo in his remodel. Now, as you can see, he's been completely reworked. He's got new effects, new projectiles, a new skin, and at first, I was really excited just to see a new Bo remodel, and I still think that it looks good. They did a good job. However, this exists. Yeah. I kind of wish they would have went with that, to be honest. But maybe we'll get that as a skin. As long as you give me that Getty Core skin with Bo, I'm good. I mean, this one definitely fits the theme better with Brawl Stars than the old one. However, it's just that Getty Core skin, man. It looks so good. The one thing that really strikes me is like, wait, what is this? Bo is wearing a baseball cap? I'm not a fan of that, but it just seems kind of weird. But hey, you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? And we've been begging for a Bo remodel. Well, we got it. Now let's just hope for a Getty Core skin. Carl has got a voice. This one got me by surprise. I did not expect to hear Carl's voice, but let's take a listen to it.
My calculations are always correct. Your best is my worst. Will you learn? Highly doubtful. Evolution must have passed you by. I guess you plateaued. Calculating awesomeness level truly groundbreaking. Eureka! No, no, no! Smoldering boulders! Suboptimal performance! Ah! I'm eroding! Ah! Yowza! No, 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 no! This cannot be! Incorrect! I don't love this!
Leon has a new attack projectile. His shurikens have a different shape and color. They look really cool. I think that's a pretty nice little upgrade there. As well as Little Helper Penny's got a new attack projectile as well. It shoots out a stocking, and whenever it explodes, it's got these little Christmas ornaments. That's pretty cool. So if you got the little helper penny skin, well then, hey, I'm glad to see that they're still taking a look at some of the older skins and improving them and adding cool stuff to them, so you get more value for your gems that you've already spent. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Boombox Brock, much like Stella, has got his groove back. Boombox Brock now has a brand new animation, and you know, he's grooving, he's jamming. You know, I like it. Primo has a new attack effect, not a whole bunch different. Some of Spike's effects have been polished, and Golden Barley also has a new projectile. He chucks out, it looks more like a wine bottle more than some of the other stuff. It is different than the normal one, so that's cool, although it kind of looks a little meh. But hey, it's different, and it's another way to separate yourself as a Golden Barley just from the pleb barley, although that one's still pretty cool too. Now, before we get into the balance changes, let's go over a few other details, and some of them are actually really cool. Some home screen buttons have been moved into the menu button, so you'll find them over there. It's got a different look and looks pretty nice. Of course, we've got Brawl TV. You can go in there and you can watch high-level gameplay either on Twitch or in-game and see top-level gameplay non-stop. So if you're just itching to spectate some really high-level gameplay, that's your ticket. Now let's talk about the training cave. If there's a brawler that you've been really wanting to try, or if there's a brawler that you have that you just want to practice some, you can go into here, and what's really cool is it keeps track of your DPS on the top right-hand portion of the screen. That's pretty neat, but it's got various different bots in there that you can attack. Even the one on the right, the shooting bot, it actually does shoot back at you. The other ones just stand there, they don't attack you, but you can go in there and mess around with a brawler that you don't have, or you know, fine-tune those skills in the training cave with one that you already do. This one's really cool. You can change the color of your name for free as much as you want into a bunch of different colors just by going up into your profile and clicking on your name. If you want your name to be pink, pink it up, buddy. If you want it blue, well, that's there for you as well. And speaking of names, you can now change your name for gems, which is really cool. So if you got stuck with a really stupid name and you're like, man, I should not have changed my name to that, now you can go in there and you can change it. May cost you a few gems, but you can change your name. So everybody go change your name to Lex YouTube. Just see how many Lexes we can get. The world's not ready. The world is not ready. Now there's a few more changes. Before we get into the balances, let's take a look at a couple other things. There's going to be a Golden Week event. It's coming soon with a new menu and background music. There have been some tutorial improvements. Now this one I couldn't notice, but they promised me that it's real. The super button has had its radius increased. Now the button itself looks the same, I guess. However, the place where you can actually click it has been made bigger so that it shouldn't be as easy to fat finger it. Hopefully that works, because I have totally screwed that up quite a few times. The second gym in Gym Grad spawns just a little bit later, just to, you know, give that extra little bit so you don't run out there and there's not two gyms waiting for you. And the last one here, this is actually kind of cool, is if you see a pet, like a turret or a bear, and you're not sure if it's max level, now it will have a star underneath. So you'll know that if you see a turret that there may be a Jessie somewhere waiting to shoot that turret to bounce it off of you. Little visual cue that you're going against somebody who's max level as well. Now let's cover the balance changes. All the numbers that I'm giving you are at base level. However, first and foremost, my favorite Brawler Crow is getting his attack damage and his super damage increased from 280 to 300 damage. Pretty nice. This one was really needed. Carl is getting his pickaxe speed increased by 25%. He actually feels way better now. I think he's going to be really strong now as well. Overall, Carl feels much better now, and I think he's going to be in a really good spot. Daryl is getting his health increased from 4,000 to 4,200. That's a nice little buff for Daryl. Shelly is getting double buffs. She's getting her main attack range increased from 7.33 to 7.67 tiles, so a third of a tile longer on her main attack, as well as that projectile is going to move 5% faster. Shelly's kind of been down in the meta for a while. She's very specific for certain maps and or modes, and this hopefully will help her expand that range just a tiny bit. Piper is going to be dropping another bomb on us. That's right. She is getting a buff to her super. It will now drop 4 bombs instead of 3. They're going to do more damage from 800 up to 900, as well as they're going to be spread out about 10% further in diameter. So Piper's super is going to be a little bit more useful, mainly I think in shaping the battlefield, so you can blow up bigger areas of walls, that sort of thing. But look for her to be able to shape the field a little bit more to make it easier for her to get shots. That'll be a nice little benefit. Pam is getting hit with the Nerf bat, and I mean, let's be honest, it's about time. her main attack damage has been decreased from 260 to 240, and they have decreased her health from 4,400 to 4,300. So that's not like a huge nerf, but it's definitely a nerf, and with the buff to the other brawlers, maybe this will bring, like, say, Poco back into a little bit more viability, because Poco has been down for a while now, and we'll love to see our favorite Undead Mariachi get some more love, so we'll see how this affects Pam, but she's still going to be strong. Pam is still absolutely going to be strong. Let's just hope that it's more in line with some of the other brawlers now. And the last brawler that's getting hit by the nerf bat is Leon. They are decreasing his super invisibility from 8 seconds down to 7 seconds. Leon still does a crap ton of damage, and 7 seconds still gives you a good time to move across the map quite a bit, but hopefully this will keep him in check a little bit. He's still going to be a beast in Showdown, as always, as well as quite a few other game modes like Bounty and such. So a little nerf to Leon, but it's not too crazy. Now there's a handful of other bug fixes, nothing too major, but you can check those out in the patch notes if you would like. However, that's going to wrap it up for this video and the update tour. Remember, stay tuned for sneak peeks on Rosa, as well as we'll get you some Sheba, Nita, and Bunny Penny as soon as we can show those as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now get into the game and go rock it out with some minecart madness. If it's available right now. I'm not really sure if it is, but, you know, give it a shot. And as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I do appreciate you guys' support. In fact, unlike all the other plebs that only watch half of this video, you guys are the cool ones, and I just want to say thank you to you specifically for making it to the end of the video and supporting me here on YouTube. Definitely appreciate it. Subscribe, watch videos, all that good stuff. You know what to do.